George Floyd was just killed by a police officer. He put his knee on his neck for 9 minutes. He screamed for his dead mother. He screamed, "I can't breathe." They did not listen to him. Those 4 cops killed him. People have been out protesting. They've been rioting. And as a lot of people love to mention, they've been looting, burning buildings, smashing in windows. But the thing that starts is that someone died, and he didn't need to. There was no reason for it. The only reason why his story is being told more than the others is that there's video evidence of it. People videoed him while he was dying and after he was dead. There are so many others that were not caught on camera. Just this week. We're in the middle of a pandemic. We're in the middle of a rebellion. We're in the middle of a global economic and socio-economic crisis. There are deniers. There are conspiracists. There are nihilists, anarchists, conservatives, liberal, rebels, How do we get everyone on the same page, talking about the same topic for more than 5 minutes? How do we find those solutions? The older generation knows that they've failed, and they look to us to find the answers. But the reality is that many of us are uneducated of the history. So we're clearly going to repeat history. My generation needs to see that we're failing. All of us.
Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter! George Floyd! Lives matter! George Floyd! Lives matter! Black lives matter! George Floyd! George Floyd! George Floyd! George Floyd! George Floyd!
leaders of today, the future present and past. We have a rich history, one continuing to last. We tell our stories, we stand up strong, we move forward, we march along. We protest loud, no justice, no peace, stand with our people, no racist police. Our boys were killed, Trayvon, Mike Brown, where were you when our boys were gunned down? Remember the protests, a sad candlelight, then us springing to action, our eyes shining bright. Then remember the women, for they were killed too, from the slave trade in Africa to nothing new. My brothers, my sisters, we have to keep going. We've struggled along, the wind keeps on blowing. We've walked and then fallen down, but we'll get back up, because we'll stick around. The glory isn't ours, but one day it will be. If we stand together, we'll make them see. So use your voice, be strong, be brave. A ripple on the seafloor can cause a tidal wave. Thank you.
Everyone that's out here, the stuff that we're saying to you guys, yeah, you may be learning some things new. But you're here because you have the same type of belief system, that equality needs to happen now. President Obama said that he ran on a platform of change we can believe in. He was in office for 8 years, and we're still here. How many people, show of hands, have Facebook? That's a lot of damn hands. How many people have Instagram? Twitter? A lot less hands on Twitter. I'm actually surprised. But when you look at that, how many people, and actually first, I wanted to start with this first. How many, all the people of color, raise your hands. How many of you have been identified by your friends, by coworkers, as you're one of the good ones? You're one of the safe ones. Why don't people act more like you? How many people have watched that video that's gone around in the last week by Candace Owen, and people saying, hey, look, this is how black people should act. I'm not going to be silent anymore. When you're on Facebook, when you're on Twitter, and you see your friends, your coworkers say stuff like, oh, I'm so sick of these marches. Why don't they just stop? All lives matter. And we're silent. We don't tell them, we don't correct. And yes, it needs correcting. No more being silent. While you're here, you're the people that aren't saying all lives matter. You're not the people that are saying, oh, why don't these protests just stop? I've seen so many signs out here that say Black Lives Matter is not a trend. What are we gonna do when the hashtag stops? What are we gonna do when the protests are no longer live streamed on Twitter? Are we going to move on and the next thing you know, yeah, sure, maybe we get Biden in. Progress. 4 more years after that, maybe Biden's in for 8 years. Hopefully Trump is gone by then. But then what happens after that's gone and it swings back as far to the right as possible and we have something even worse? Are we going to be doing more? Are we going to be out here protesting? Are we going to get comfortable? We can't get comfortable, because when we get comfortable, the change that you've worked so hard to make happen disappears.